Buongiorno. Today is Leonardo da Vinci's birthday. To celebrate, let's go through the 7 principles for thinking like the maestro and consider how they can enrich the quality of your life now. The first principle for thinking like Leonardo is curiosità. Leonardo da Vinci was probably the most curious person who ever lived. What was he curious about? Everything! He wanted to know truth, beauty, and goodness. Leonardo wanted to understand the mind of the Creator. How do we apply this principle of curiosità? Simply, Leonardo advises us that the questions we ask, the questions we contemplate every day, determine the quality of our lives. So instead of thinking, why am I having such a difficult time? Or why are these challenging circumstances coming my way? Instead of focusing on the difficulties and the problems that we're all challenged with now, Leonardo invites us to think about solutions, to think, how can I improve the quality of my life? How can I access my talents and abilities? How can I serve others? How can I find a way to make a difference? The second principle for thinking like Leonardo, dimostrazione, demonstration. It was Leonardo's term to emphasize the importance of demonstrating things for yourself through your own independent thinking. Leaving aside the strictures of the church, in Leonardo's time, the challenge to independent thinking was, it was hard to get access to information. What's the challenge to independent thinking now? Too much information. How do you cut through the tsunami of spam and really think for yourself, especially at a time when anytime you turn on the television or the radio or pick up a newspaper, you're overwhelmed with images that are designed to try to make you either more afraid or more angry. What you want to do is cultivate this quality of dimostrazione, to cut through the fear, cut through the anger, cut through the negativity, and think for yourself about how you can make a difference, a positive difference in this challenging time. Leonardo faced tremendous adversity in the course of his career. 510 years ago, he was expelled from Milan by invading French troops along with his patron, Ludovico Sforza. Leonardo had been working for 16 years on this amazing 24-foot-high equestrian sculpture, and the French invaders destroyed all his work. Leonardo was a refugee, but at that time he wrote in his notebook, "I shall continue. Obstacles will not bend me." He's effectively writing Renaissance affirmations to himself to forge on, to maintain this orientation toward the creative life that he embodies for all of us, that he inspires us to live for ourselves now. Leonardo wrote, "Fix your course to a star and you can navigate through any storm." The third principle for thinking like Leonardo is sensazione. Sharpen all your senses. Leonardo said the 5 senses are the ministers of the soul. He trained his sensory awareness like an Olympic athlete trains their body for competition. But 500 years ago in Tuscany, Leonardo wrote that the average person looks without seeing, hears without listening, talks without thinking, touches without feeling, eats without tasting, and breathes in without awareness of aroma or fragrance. And that was 500 years ago in Tuscany. So now, sensazione is even more important to overcome the numbing effect of the lowest common denominator McWorld. And the simple way to do it is simply to bring your attention to beautiful things every day, to enjoy the beauty of flowers, to appreciate the sunset. You know, I look out at the mountains every day and they're just as beautiful as they were when the economy was in better shape. And they'll be just as beautiful next year, whatever happens. So Leonardo counsels us to enjoy the very beautiful, simple things in everyday life. Salud. The fourth principle for thinking like Leonardo, sfumato. It means going up in smoke. And no, it doesn't refer to my 401k. It refers to the hazy, mysterious quality in Leonardo da Vinci's paintings. And what it represents is maybe the most distinguishing characteristic of highly creative people, which is their ability to embrace the unknown. I call it confusion endurance. And it's obviously a really important quality now. The ability to maintain that Mona Lisa smile and perspective and inner center as the world does crazy things. The fifth principle, arte scienza, represents the importance of balancing art and science. In contemporary terms, we talk about balancing the two hemispheres of your cerebral cortex, the logical left and the imaginative right, because half a brain is a terrible thing to waste. The sixth principle for thinking like the maestro, corporalita, means balance the body and the mind. And it's so important in stressful times to take extra care to maintain your wellness, to get plenty of rest, to eat in a mindful, thoughtful way. And if you're feeling tired or just put on by these challenging times, get out and exercise, keep moving. You will feel better, body, mind, and soul. The seventh principle, connessione. Everything connects to everything else. Leonardo was the first environmentalist. He saw the world as a living system. And he wrote, everything connects to everything else. 500 years ago, Leonardo wrote that the entire world is affected when the smallest bird alights on a tiny branch of a tree. Everything connects to everything else. So we know this now. Clearly our economies are connected. Our environment is connected. We're all part of one fabric of life. So, apply Leonardo's wisdom. Think about your own personal vision. Consider your own purpose. When Leonardo said, fix your course to a star, he meant know what your purpose is. What is your star? What are your values? And then think about your goals and focus on accessing this unlimited creative power that is the gift that each one of us was born with. For Leonardo, connessione naturally translated into love. If everything is connected, love is the natural response. So we love Leonardo and we're celebrating his birthday. And what better way to do it than with a fabulous song that is a testament to love. Leonardo advises us to surround ourselves with exquisite beauty, which is why I have Deborah Domansky here to sing in honor of Leonardo's birthday. Deborah. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Leonardo!